Today, we're going to talk about what to do if your boyfriend has broken up with you. Now, I've been in the breakup business for a pretty long time, and one thing I've learned is that you always need to have some type of strategy or plan no matter what you want to do, whether that's winning an ex back or even simply getting over an ex. It's always best to move forward with a plan. After all, it was Sun Tzu from The Art of War who once said, "Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win." The most insane thing that you can do is simply go in head first without any kind of plan if you either want to get your ex back or get over your ex. So make sure that you have a plan, and lucky for you, I've got one for you. I kind of view my advice as a living, breathing organism. As I gain new information or learn a better way to do things, I tend to update that advice. But the first thing that you should always do, no matter what situation you're in, if you want to get your ex back, if you want to get over your ex, whatever you want to do, is to actually hop by my website, www.exboyfriendrecovery.com, and take my Ex Recovery Chances quiz. It's the perfect starting point for anyone who's determining whether or not they should try to get back with their exes, because we can tell you approximately, based on everything that we've seen, what your chances are. Now, taking this quiz is super simple. All you have to do is look in the description link below and it will take you right to the quiz. Just click on the link that you see there. All right, let's get to it. What is this grand plan? Well, if you really think about it, every single house needs a foundation, right? You don't just put a house on some type of soil without a foundation first. So we need a foundation for your game plan no matter what you plan to do. The best foundation that I've ever seen is that of the no contact rule. Now, I've literally just filmed a video a few days ago describing the ins and the outs of what the no contact rule is and how you should be viewing it. But if you're here for a quick crash course, and after all, we need that crash course to create the foundation of your game plan. The no contact rule is nothing more than a period of time where you ignore your ex with the intent of making them miss you, while at the same time allowing yourself some time to cultivate your own life. Basically, you're going to ignore your ex on purpose for anywhere from 21 to 45 days. It's best to check my website first to figure out what sort of time frame is best for you. So that means if they reach out to you on the phone, you ignore them. If they reach out to you via text and say, "Hey, what's up?" you ignore them. Now, there are a few sort of ways to get around this, but again, check the website for extra details on that. For now, just understand that the no contact rule needs to be your foundation. But now that we have our foundation, we need to look at 3 specific points in time, or 3 specific tactics or strategies. And I'm going to lovingly refer to these 3 points as the before the no contact period, the during the no contact period, and the after the no contact period. Let's take a moment to define what each one of these points in time are. Point number 1, before the no contact period. Before the no contact period is just as it sounds. It's all the time before you actually implement your no contact period. So typically you're going to use this time wisely. You're going to learn everything you possibly can about what the no contact rule is, what its rules are, what happens if you fail it. And believe me when I say close to 80% of the people that I work with fail the no contact rule. It's not like it's this easy thing. But you're also going to spend some time interpreting your ex's behavior. Sometimes people, I find, are on different wavelengths with their exes, especially before they implement a no contact period. It's important to understand everything or every angle your ex is coming from, but the most important thing you need to understand is the difference between understanding a thing and implementing a thing. It's not enough just to read something on a book or read something in an article or watch something on this YouTube video and say, "You know what, that sounds like a good idea." But it's a completely whole different ball game to execute and implement it. Understand that your success, whether you want to get over your ex or get your ex back, is going to be completely contingent not on you understanding a thing, but understanding it and then executing it, implementing it. Understand that you need to get better at implementing. Point number 2, during the no contact period. This is where things grow really interesting because most people Like I referred to in my last video, only view the no contact rule as being successful if they hear from their ex during it. But the no contact rule is so much wider and all-encompassing than that. This is where you're going to start your journey into becoming ungettable. That's where you're going to learn about things like the Holy Trinity: health, wealth, relationships, creating balance in your life. But most importantly, you're going to learn about one of my favorite techniques, habit stacking. You see, the main issue during a no contact rule is that people tend to obsess about what their exes are doing as opposed to focusing on what they are doing. One of the best ways you can combat that is by habit stacking, by developing great habits and then continually stacking them upon one another. Next thing you know, you've got this snowball effect where you're doing this great habit and this great habit and this great habit and this great habit, and it just grows and your life becomes this amazing thing that people envy. That's what you're supposed to be doing during the no contact rule. And that's also why I think most people fail, whether that's getting over an ex or getting an ex back. They don't do the work during the no contact rule because they're too obsessive about what their ex is up to. Point number 3, after the no contact rule. And here is where you meet the proverbial crossroad. This is where you need to make a decision whether you want to try to win your ex back or get over an ex. Now, the road for winning an ex back is long, complicated, and I would be doing you a disservice if I tried to cram it into another 5 minutes in this video. That's probably best if you actually hop over to my website, www.exboyfriendrecovery.com, and read the articles and guides that I've set up there describing exactly how you need to re-establish contact with your ex. It's actually the other thing that I'm kind of interested in unpacking here, and that's this idea of moving on or choosing to move on. Most of the people, when they go through a breakup, they find me before the no contact rule. They're at that part of their journey. They haven't learned about what it is, they haven't implemented it. Maybe they have implemented it but failed it. But usually when they're introduced to me, it's before they've implemented that no contact rule. Most of them are gung-ho about winning their ex back. And most of them still are gung-ho about winning their ex back after the no contact rule is completed. That's why I tell you to go to my website and look at the website and learn about everything you can about properly reestablishing a connection with an ex. But every once in a while, we'll get someone who does the work to learn about the no contact rule, does the work during the no contact rule, and ends up feeling like they don't want their ex back. And I think this is really interesting because that's what the no contact rule is really for. Think of it like the ultimate gauntlet, right? You have to get through the gauntlet, and if after you've done all of the work, all of the proper things to do during that no contact period, you're still wanting to get your ex back, you're still madly in love with them, you definitely should be trying to get them back. But if you're not, if you're having doubts, you definitely should be moving on. It's the ultimate gauntlet to help you understand what you should be doing. That's your overall strategy. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully it gave you some clarity about what you should be doing with your ex-boyfriend. If you haven't already, make sure you hop by my website and take my Ex Recovery Chances quiz. It's the ultimate starting point for you. So if you want to take the quiz, just simply look in the description link below this YouTube video and click on that link. Other than that, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to do weekly relationship advice. We're trying to have the best, highest quality videos with the best content. And having you subscribe is like a vote of confidence. You'll also get updates anytime we respond to you or put out a new video. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.